I'm Adam Todd, and welcome to Classroom Dynamics, a teacher podcast. I've always believed that the best way to engage students in a 21st century classroom is to immerse them with the transformative tools that will empower each and every one of them to excel in the world that awaits. My goal is to ignite the spark that propels you and your students in an advanced tomorrow, and your journey into that future starts right now. Classroom Dynamics is supported by Logitech. As education continues to evolve, so does Logitech Education, your partner in content creation for the classroom. With Logitech's cutting-edge technology, students not only learn but also become content creators. Whether it's in person or online, Logitech's tools are designed to inspire educators and learners alike. Capture every educational moment in stunning detail and edit, produce, and share your creative journey with ease. Logitech Education, inspiring the next generation of creators. For more, visit logitech.com/education, transforming classrooms one innovation at a time. Introducing the Zone Learn wired headset from Logitech, the headset that's designed for learning and built for schools. Here are a few reasons why Zone Learn is the best headset option for today's students and schools. It's optimized to fit smaller heads with features like soft ear pads, a cushion headband, even weight distribution and micro-articulating ear cups that move in all directions. The audio driver is engineered for speech intelligibility, so spoken lessons come through crystal clear. And the movable boom mic is designed for better vocal clarity. It's durably designed to withstand frequent cleaning and constant wear and tear. My favorite aspect of the Zone Learn headset is that it's fully customizable and sustainable for both the environment and school budgets. The swappable ear pads come in over-ear and on-ear options. The interchangeable cables come in USB-A, USB-C, and audio jack options. This means that the ear pads and cables can be swapped out without replacing the entire headset. Plus, the Zone Learn is backed by a 3-year warranty, making it a smart, long-term investment for schools. Get your students into the learning zone with an elevated headset experience. Learn more at logitech.com/zonelearn.
For over 20 years, Higher Ground has designed functional technology protection, helping students to work or learn anytime, anywhere. I'm Mark, president of Higher Ground, and I want to share with you how you can get a free sample of any of our rugged shells, sleeves, or clear backpacks. Visit hggear.com/sample and use your school's email and address. One thing, don't tell Alex because he'll be stuck with all the paperwork. Request yours and see for yourself how Higher Ground can help save your students and school downtime and money. Just remember, don't tell Alex.
Mark, what are all these sample requests filling my inbox?
Welcome to Classroom Dynamics, the podcast where we get into the exciting world of technology and education. Hi everybody, I'm your host Adam Todd, and today we're shifting our focus from technology in the classroom to the beautiful shores of Queensland, Australia, where an inspiring young environmentalist is making waves both figuratively and literally. Elijah Richardson is an 11-year-old with an incredible passion for protecting the planet, and he's turned his love for the ocean into a mission to safeguard one of the world's most iconic natural wonders, the Great Barrier Reef. His tireless efforts in raising awareness and educating others about the importance of preserving this precious ecosystem earned him third place in the prestigious 2024 International Young Eco Hero Awards. But that's not all. Elijah's story has been so impactful that it's been featured in the documentary Trust Your Wild Side, which celebrates young people around the globe taking extraordinary action to protect the environment. Elijah's work is not only a testament to the power of youth and advocacy, but a call to action for all of us to take responsibility for the future of our planet. In today's episode, we'll dive into Elijah's incredible journey from how he first fell in love with the Great Barrier Reef to the projects he spearheaded and the global recognition he's received. We'll also explore the importance of environmental education and how young voices like Elijah's are leading the charge in conservation efforts around the world. Stay tuned for an inspiring conversation with a young hero who's proving that you're never too young to make a difference. Don't go anywhere. You don't want to miss this episode. We'll be right back. Teachers, are you looking for resources that spark creativity and inspire learning? Look no further than Highly Motivated on Teachers Pay Teachers. From comprehensive lesson plans and interactive lab books to engaging informational test prep passages, Highly Motivated has everything you need to keep your students motivated and excited to learn. Whether it's a quick activity or a full unit, these resources are designed to save you time and help students succeed. Highly Motivated, motivating teaching resources that engage and inspire. Search Highly Motivated on Teachers Pay Teachers today. Elijah Richardson is a passionate young advocate for the preservation of the Great Barrier Reef and is quickly becoming a global voice for environmental change through social media, documentaries, and recognition through local and global news outlets. It is my pleasure to welcome the very inspirational Elijah Richardson to Classroom Dynamics. Welcome to the show. So nice to meet you.
You too, Adam. It's very nice to meet you. Thank you for having me.
I'm so glad you're here today. We're going to talk about some really cool stuff that you're doing. Before we get started, just tell everyone how old you are.
Well, I am 11 years old.
He's 11 years old, and wait till you hear what he has been able to do in just 11 years of his life, his young life. The story is amazing. I teach media arts technology to students that are around your age, and I teach them here in New York City, and I'm so impressed with your laser-focused dedication to making a positive impact on the environment, which also happens to be a big passion of mine. Let's start out by just talking about how this all started. First of all, the Great Barrier Reef, right, is at risk due to rising ocean temperatures. That's been proved. It causes coral bleaching, which you've talked about before, along with pollution, overfishing, and coastal development. All those things are doing damage to the Great Barrier Reef. Climate change and ocean acidification also weaken the reef's ecosystem, threatening its biodiversity and its long-term survival. How did your passion for protecting the Great Barrier Reef first begin? Was there a specific moment you experienced or inspired you or made you say to yourself, you know what, I really need to do something about this?
Well, from a very young age, we went to the beach and there was always rubbish there. It was always there and it's still there now. It's always going to be there. And whenever we saw it, we just picked it up because we knew it didn't belong there. And so then when I was about 5, I went on my first community snorkel and I saw incredible creatures, incredible coral. And it just clicked that all this rubbish that I was finding was harming the incredible creatures that I'd seen. And I think that's when I asked Mum and Dad, what can I do to help?
When you see animals getting trapped in ocean nets or you hear about things that are happening to the Great Barrier Reef, how does that make you feel?
It makes me feel saddened, but I know that if I keep going and I keep advocating for change, then I might make a difference and then that stuff would hopefully happen less.
Yeah, it's funny. Very often when we go to Florida for a vacation or if we go away where there's a beach, I'll take a plastic bag and walk up and down the beach and pick up straws or a cup. And that's basically what you were doing that sparked this whole thing, right?
Yeah.
It's amazing. What are some of the key projects or initiatives that have helped you become more aware of what's going on and then bring that awareness to help protect the reef?
Well, I'm an ambassador for Coral Watch, which is an organization that is helping reefs around the world by using their Coral Watch health charts to monitor the reef and also by educating people about the importance and how to protect the reefs. And I'm also an ambassador for Tangaroa Blue, which is another amazing organization that is helping the ocean environment by organizing big beach cleans. And then they sort it all and they get tons of rubbish. And when I say tons, I mean tons. The amount is absolutely astounding. And they sort through it, they count the amount of what they've got, and then they put that into their database. And then hopefully they're able to find out where that rubbish is coming from, and then they try and stop it from the source.
That's amazing to actually, of course, get that focus on just that alone, because once you find out where the source is, then hopefully something good can come of it and will actually stop it from happening, right?
Yeah.
So now you were able to get pop star Billie Eilish to help you on your mission to protect the Great Barrier Reef. How in the world were you able to do that? I mean, look, I've been trying to get big names on my show like Oprah Winfrey and Bill Gates, for over a year now, and I haven't had any luck at all. Yet you were able to recruit Grammy Award winner Billie Eilish. Now, before you answer that, let's just take a listen to this short clip of what you said in terms of a message for Billie.
Please, Billie Eilish, I need you to help me, to help them. to help the reef. I need your ocean eyes.
So Elijah, how did Billie Eilish actually get involved?
Well, I was being part of Coral Watch's campaign, which was called Eyes on the Reef. And so they were trying to get more people to look out for the reef and try and help it. And so the way they were doing that was they were making a video and they wanted Billie Eilish's music, Ocean Eyes, on it. And so they asked Billie Eilish's through messages and we decided to do a video message. And so I did a video message to Billie Eilish and we didn't hear anything back for a long time, so we were just about to lose hope. And then we got the all clear to use Billie Eilish's music, and so we were really glad about that.
So her okay for using the music was her way of saying, here, I'm supporting you. You can use it to do what you need to do to get your message out.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So how did you feel when you got a message back from her?
Well, when we got a message back, I was really happy because this would help Coral Watch's campaign a lot because lots of people know Billie Eilish, so they'll recognize her song and then hopefully then they'll get interested in Coral Watch and what they're doing, and then they'll do stuff with Coral Watch and help the reef.
It's true. And, it's a great point that you made that, getting them a bigger name sometimes is sometimes what you really need. Yes, you can do it on your own. You can try to make a difference on your own. But when you have a name out there that could really bring a lot of people to help you with your cause, it does make it a lot easier, doesn't it?
Yes, it definitely does.
You were recently awarded third place in the 2024 International Young Eco Heroes Award. How did it feel to receive such a prestigious honor, and what does this recognition mean to you?
Well, when I was awarded the award, I was incredibly grateful and I was incredibly honored. And so by getting this award, hopefully it encourages other youth to get out there and try and make a difference. And the platform it's given me has hopefully helped me to cast out my word further into the world to try and educate and inspire more people.
So some of the key projects that you have been involved with help raise awareness and protect the Great Barrier Reef. Could you go into a little bit more detail into some of those?
Yes, so Coral Watch, as I said, is an organization and they encourage and inspire people about how to protect the Great Barrier Reef. And they use their Coral Watch health charts, which is a little chart that has a bunch of colors on the outside. And then if you flip it to the back, it's got the type of coral and what color. And so you can do it reef walking, diving, snorkeling, however. And so you just go up to a coral and you place the coral chart near it and try and find the matching color of the lightest and the darkest. And so then you flip it over and write it on the pencil that's attached to the chart on the back, the lightest color and the darkest color, and what type of coral. So whether it's a soft, a branching, a plate, a boulder coral. And so Tangaroa Blue is another amazing organization, like I said. And so on their beach cleans, they literally get mountains. They get tons of rubbish. It's absolutely incredible. And I've been on loads of beach cleans and they get so much. And so after the beach clean, they put it all out on a tarpaulin and then they sort through it. So they look for how many toothbrushes. So say it's 114, they'll write that down in their database, and 250 bottle caps. They'll write that down in their database. And so they note the amount of everything that they've got.
It's amazing the amount of trash that ends up in the ocean, right? Do these organizations ever find out exactly where they're coming from? Or is it just because people are just throwing things over their boats, or they're just ending up in the ocean through sewers and things like that?
Well, I was part of something that happened, and that was we managed to stop it from happening. And so I was doing a cleanup that I do every year for Clean Up Australia Day. And so we were going along, searching in the rocks at a harbour. And so then we found these pipes. And in these pipes were little biofilters. And so these are things that filter out stuff from the water. And so near this harbour, there was this big fish factory. But at the time, we didn't know where these biofilters were coming from, but we assumed the fish factory because that's where the pipes led to. And so we contacted Tangaroa Blue, and then eventually they got in touch with the fish factory. And in the end, the fish factory put nets over the pipes to stop stuff from just going out. So only the water fully went out. And so that's how we managed to get change.
See, there you go. A success in your drive, right? That is what you're trying to do, your drive to your mission to clean things up. there you go. A little success story. And I'm sure little success stories do go a long way, don't they?
Yes, they definitely do.
In the documentary Trust Your Wild Side, which is a documentary series that shares the incredible stories of exceptional young kids like yourself, in the documentary, you're featured as a young environmental leader. What was it like being part of the film, and what message do you hope people take away from it?
Well, being part of that documentary was an incredible experience. Getting to know the producer Brian, who we already knew a little bit, was incredible. Making the film with him was amazing. He was just such a nice guy, and I really enjoyed it. And making documentaries is what I hope to do in the future. And so doing it when I'm young, I feel like it's a little step further. And hopefully by doing the documentary, I inspire other people to get out there and follow what they love. Because what I like to do is make videos and educate people. So hopefully it encourages them to get out there and do what they love.
I love that. That's such a great message to have, because sometimes even adults don't have that message, can't figure that one out. So I'm so proud that you are ahead of the game like that. That's such a great way to look at it. And it's true, you are getting some really great experience, just working with people like that and being part of documentaries and seeing how they're made and what it takes to put it all together. And for you, that experience will go a tremendous amount, won't it?
Yeah, it definitely will.
Yeah. So our podcast is listened to teachers around the world, and technology plays a big role in that. You and your mom use technology through social media and other ways of technology to spread your message, which is something that would have been hard to do for kids like your age just a few years ago. Why is social media such an important soapbox platform for you?
Well, for me, it's incredibly important because people go on it all around the world. So it allows me to spread my message around the globe and educate people and inspire people, not in just my little town that I live in. And so I can spread my message to everyone everywhere.
And that's how I found you. I happened to be searching through Instagram. We were looking for a specific show to do, and we came across your story, and we're like, wow, that is such an amazing story. We just did a podcast with Jillian Morris, who is from Sharks for Kids, and she's in the Bahamas, and she teaches also the importance of environmental awareness and ocean life, and she had some great messages. She also does Zooms with classrooms all over the world itself, and said pretty much the same thing, that it's having that global awareness that I think is so important, especially when you're getting a message across. And really, a few years ago, without social media, it was very hard to do that. It would just be really in, like you said, your town or your city, maybe your country if it was that big. But here you are on a platform that is just way up there, and that's impressive.
Yeah, definitely is.
As someone who's passionate about the environment, what advice would you give to teachers and other young people your age who want to make a difference, but they're just not sure where to start? But before you answer that, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we'll talk more with Elijah and get his take on what you and your students can do to get involved and make a difference with environmental issues that affect all of us. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just 30 seconds. Every classroom has the potential to be extraordinary, and the Logitech Reach Adjustable Content Camera is your partner in making that happen. With its flexible arm and clear video, you can showcase everything from detailed drawings to live experiments, ensuring every student is engaged and involved. Whether you're teaching in person or online, Logitech Reach helps you connect with your students in a whole new way. Ready to take your lessons further? Visit logitech.com/reach and elevate your classroom to a whole new level. Welcome back to Classroom Dynamics, where today we're talking with Elijah Richardson, a dedicated 11-year-old advocate who's using his voice and technology to inspire others to take care of the environment. And a reminder to all of us that even the smallest actions can have a big impact on preserving our planet's future. Before the break, I asked, what advice would you give to teachers and other young people who are about your age who want to make a difference but just aren't sure where to start? What would you tell them?
Well, first of all, you're never too small to make a difference. And if there's something you love, then follow that passion. Be as passionate as you can about it and just go all guns blazing for it. Just try and achieve your dreams and goals. And so never be afraid to ask for help. I ask my parents all the time what I can do. What can I do to help? And so ask your teachers, ask your mentors, ask your parents, ask people, and don't be afraid to ask for help.
I couldn't have said it better myself. That was fantastically well said. How does knowing what you're doing to bring awareness to the environment and how fragile it really is deepen the meaning of your young life? I mean, you're only 11. How does that bring meaning to your life?
Well, for me, it is my biggest passion. Trying to save the environment has always been a big passion and goal for me, because we can't live without it. The ocean, life started there. We just can't live without it. And if there's no planet B, we can't live anywhere else. This is the planet that we live on, and so we need to take care of it.
When you give those messages like that on social media, like your Instagram account, what kind of feedback do you get sometimes?
Well, I'm not really sure, because I don't really run it. My mum runs it, and so I just help make the videos. But sometimes mum shows me messages about like good messages, and so it's really, sometimes people are saying that they never knew about those creatures. Sometimes they're saying that thank you, I never knew this. And so yeah, when I get those messages, I'm really proud, because I know that I've made another person's life a little bit more informed, and I've inspired and educated someone else.
Yeah, you're going to have to ask her, because I think that really does give you, it brings what you're doing more to life. It really gives you that feedback, like, wow, I'm reaching that far away, not just in Australia, which is important because that's where you started it. That's what means the most to you. But I think sometimes it's nice to actually see, wow, someone heard that in Japan. That's pretty cool. Like you said, someone heard that in Hawaii. That's pretty cool. That's not near you. It's not a quick flight. It's a faraway place. And I think that's important. So I think you should definitely get on some of the data so you could see what kind of impacts you're making too.
Yeah.
So listen, this has been such an amazing conversation. I want to thank you for the opportunity to learn more about the significant and impactful environmental work that you're doing, not just in Australia, but on a global scale. Thank you for sharing your inspiring efforts with us. Before we go, tell everyone where they can go to find out more about you and your mission to protect the environment.
So my Instagram page is called Elijah's World QLD. My Facebook page is called Elijah's World. Yeah, and so they're my two pages that you can get information, and you can ask us questions, and we'll try and get back to you as soon as we can and give you answers.
And you will give amazing answers, I'm sure. The way you speak, if people were to close their eyes, they would think that you were a little bit older than just 11. So that's amazing. I give you huge props for that. You're just an inspiring youngster.
Thank you for having me, and thank you. Yeah, thank you. Thanks a lot.
Well, for those of you who have been listening, thank you for tuning in today, and make sure that you share what you've learned or any takeaways or reflections that you've had, and tag us on X at Class Dynamics or Instagram at Classroom Dynamics Podcast. We always look forward to hearing your thoughts on our episodes and sharing the different ways in which you're using what you've learned on the shows. You can also support Classroom Dynamics with as little as $3 a month at classroomdynamicspodcast.buzzsprout.com. Once again, I'd like to thank Elijah Richardson, an amazing, intelligent, and passionate youngster who's dedicating his time and energy in preserving the most precious thing we all share, which is the world around us. Thank you for joining us today on Classroom Dynamics. It's been such a pleasure having you on with us, and I can't wait to see what you do next.
Thank you for having me, Adam. It was amazing.
Awesome job today.
Yeah, thank you. You did an amazing job as well.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And that brings us to the end of this episode of Classroom Dynamics, where knowledge and inspiration meets innovation. I hope you've enjoyed today's discussion and found it both insightful and uplifting. As always, my goal is to provide you with practical strategies, engaging stories, and powerful insights that can fuel your motivation as an educator. I believe that when knowledge and inspiration do come together, incredible things can happen in your classroom. And for all of you who may think that it's too late to strengthen your craft, I challenge you to make it your mission to do so. You've worked hard to get to where you are today, and it's never too late to infuse new life into your work. So why not make today that day to do so? I'm Adam Todd, and you've been listening to Classroom Dynamics, a teacher podcast. You can follow Classroom Dynamics on X at Class Dynamics and on Instagram at Classroom Dynamics Podcast. If you haven't already, go to Apple Podcasts and subscribe, rate, and review this podcast. We'll be back soon with more captivating conversations, inspiring stories, and strategies that you can implement into your everyday routines. Until then, keep igniting the spark in your classroom and never stop believing in the incredible impact that you have as an educator. You're more powerful and inspirational than you think. Did you miss our episode with Jillian Morris of Sharks for Kids? She's a marine biologist, shark conservationist, photographer, and author who's changing how we understand sharks. In the episode, Jillian shares how she's using her talents to educate classrooms around the world and inspire action for shark conservation.
They're going, wait, that's you? You can do that? Yeah, I do it all the time. You can do it too, right? Anyone can learn how to dive. Once you hit a certain age, you don't have to live near the ocean. And so encouraging kids to pursue these things and find ways to get there, find options and opportunities, because now I'm saying this is for you. This is about sharks. Yes, this is about ocean conservation, but it's also about creating global citizens and helping these kids understand what's possible, what they can be part of. And when you have those photos and videos, it takes it to the next level. It really helps them connect.